Maybe we'll just call this like the Normie low-level depression episode or something. All right, so the truth is that at the moment, I'm feeling pretty just kind of bored and tired. So I guess if I'm going to keep the daily vlogs going, I'm going to have to just find a way to record something, even if I'm not necessarily overflowing with enthusiasm. Honestly, the truth is that I think I'm probably a little bit manic. I've always known this about myself. Fortunately, it's never gets too bad. It's not a serious problem, but I definitely have ups and downs when it comes to energy and enthusiasm, especially intellectual and creative energy. I guess I do sometimes get carried away in certain lines of thought or performance, if you want to call it that. And when I do, it's a blast, and I feel like I'm being truly possessed by the true spirit of art and science and philosophy. And then it will sometimes crash, and then I'll just be pretty bored with everything, and like I'll look around and nothing interests me, and I don't really want to do anything, and I don't want to leave the house, but I also don't want to do anything in the house. And yeah, so it is what it is. It's never been that bad. I don't crash into like terrible depressions or anything, just kind of like vague, short, kind of one day blah depressions. I still do stuff, you know, like I did some chores and tasks or whatever, but I didn't exactly, you know, do anything especially well or intense or for long. So yeah, maybe that in its own right is worth a video for me, because I guess I mostly write on the internet and talk on the internet in my higher enthusiasm self. There's not that much out there. Well, actually, if you go back through my backlog, you'll find stuff. But in terms of what people actually see from what I put out, there's not much stuff that's me in my kind of like low energy mood. So for me, the real trick has been just accepting this about myself, so that when I hit a crash day where I just don't feel like doing anything, that I don't beat myself up for it and I don't worry about it. You know, what I'm actually really struggling with in a functional way is I just need a fucking office. I need my own office pretty bad now. I do all these different things. I'm like doing multiple video conferences, sometimes public, like live streams, sometimes private. I'm doing for different things I'm working on it. I've been doing a couple private live streams a week, several actually a week sometimes. And, you know, just conference calls, I mean. And yeah, and I'm like typesetting books, and I'm editing things and writing things, and I need like one place for my computer, for my keyboard, ideally for multiple monitors for the podcasting and live stream setup. And it's getting pretty difficult to do all of these things in a stable and effective way while living kind of on the road. Being in New Mexico is still kind of on the road. I mean, we're content here and everything's good and stable, so no complaints about New Mexico. I'm actually getting a lot out of it, and it's really cool. But I haven't invested in a really good setup or system, physically that is. I have good kind of workflow systems, but my physical objects, I don't need many, but the few that I do use on a regular basis, you know, just things like hard drives and the various accoutrements of, you know, the different like productive stuff that I do, it gets to be a lot. So that's like really grating on me.